X100V. Was it worth it? I want to discuss as an owner of X100V for over 1 year and a half and a previous owner of X100 and X100F for several years if X100V is deserving the price. Let's talk about this in this video now. Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Tudor Matescu and I like to talk about gear, photography, Fujifilm cameras and all that is related to photography. And in this video I want to address an important subject: if X100V does it worth it, because I'm seeing some comments that are doubting X100V value for the money. And if you are looking at the logical factors, it seems so. But I want to address the other factors that are very important if you want to decide to keep your X100V or to buy a brand new X100V. Because I'm seeing also lots of people selling X100V and then buying it again. And I was in the same situation a few weeks ago. Check my link in the card regarding why I wanted to sell my X100V and what happened. Link here. So before starting, please subscribe now to my channel, because I will talk more about photography and photography gear tips and tricks. So let's get to the subject. In trying to understand the price of X100V, I think it's not very important to talk about all the features of X100V, because lots of videos talked about these features and I've made several videos about this too. But there are some important key features that we really must have in mind when we are talking about X100V. So let me tell you first the most important key features that you must take in consideration when you want to buy an X100V, because they are very important. And why is that? Because all these key features are on this camera, on a single camera. You really don't need to add another accessories to get those key features, and this is important. So the important key feature that you really must consider when thinking about the price of X100V: the ND4 stop filter with the leaf shutter, with the flash. This means you can sync flash at very high values. Extraordinary lens with extraordinary image quality, extraordinary sensor, very important optical viewfinder. You will not find this optical viewfinder on other brands. You will find it just on Leica cameras and on X Pro 3, X Pro 2 and so on. But this is a hybrid optical viewfinder. You will not find the hybrid optical viewfinder in another camera system. Weather sealing, dust sealing, tilting screen and so on. So extremely good key features that are packed in a single small very pocketable camera. If this is not enough, let's talk about the other important features. So the next key point that I want to address regarding the price of this camera, it's the lens. It's a newly designed lens that it's very sharp. It's sharper than X100F and all the X100 series. So this means you can do portraits at f2, and this is huge. This is huge because you'll obtain extraordinary good looking portraits with the homogeneity of X100 files, X100 JPEG files and so on. So extraordinary camera for portraits because of this lens. This lens is extremely important when you will want to decide if you want this X100. Yes, if you don't plan to use your X100 camera at f2, you can go for X100F or other cameras, but this lens, it's shining at f2 and it's there the micro contrast, the bite of this camera, it's almost as a full frame bite in some situations. So really important factor to consider in such a small package. Very important. Now let's talk about the design of the camera. It's important to pay for design. It's justified to pay for the design of a camera. I think yes, I think it's very justified to pay for the design of a camera. If you have a camera that it's not attracting you to take it and use it, then you will not use that camera. If you are a beginner and if you are not a professional, you will not take that camera. As a beginner, you will need motivation to take the camera and to use it. So this is where X100V is shining. It's helping you to stay motivated to pick the camera and use it. The good looking factor, the design of this camera, it's very important for you, for your subjects, for the family, for your friends. It will really help you engage in conversations, and it will really help you to take it, look at it, click it, use it. So the design, it's very important. And now this is taking me to the next point that it's extremely important, the nostalgia factor. I have here a very old camera, my dad's camera, a LESNES camera. When I was little, I was playing with this camera a lot. I really like it, how it sounds, how it clicked, how it looked. This silver finish with this metal finish, even if it's a plasticky camera, a Russian plasticky camera, it is something, The optical viewfinder, that is just a piece of plastic, it's giving you something. I was very attracted about this camera when I was little. I'm still remembering how I took it and I was clicking it and I was looking at the leaf shutter and so on of this camera. So this is where X100V, it comes into play. It's looking like a very old nostalgic camera, but it's a modern camera. So for me and my generation, this is a very important factor. So this is why I think you must take in the consideration the nostalgic factor. Do you want a modern camera that will give you good results and will give you that nostalgia? Well, I feel if you want that, it really deserves the price, because it will bring that nostalgia to you. And if it's able to bring it, then why not pay it if you like nostalgia? And now this point is taking me to the next point, the ergonomics of the camera. It's not about design and nostalgia, it's also about ergonomics. And X100V with this physical dials and buttons, it's a camera that will bring you good ergonomics, not just nostalgia and design, because you don't want to stay and fiddle with your screen and with your menus to get the shots, to get the settings. I really love to see the aperture on the lens, to feel the clicks, to hear the clicks, to have this dial that is helping me to set the aperture. I don't know, it's not just about nostalgia, it's very practical. Also the exposure compensation dials, all the dials, it's working very well. You can use this camera as a digital camera, or when you will close the screen, as a analog camera. So huge important factor. You really don't get this with another camera. Of course you can get it with X100F and X Pro 3, X Pro 2, but we are talking now about X100V with the newly designed lens and with all the features. So this is taking me to the next point, the portable factor. This camera is very portable. And again, we must think at this portability regarding all the features that I've talked here. As you can see, it's almost as this camera. And again, it's about portability with lots of features on it. Yes, it's not as portable as an Ricoh GR3 or an XF10 camera, but it's portable. And this is very important, because Ricoh GR3, you will want to use it in a bag, and XF10 also, if you want to protect it, you will have to use a bag or something like that. So in real world practice, in the majority of cases, it's as portable as a smaller camera, but with all the great features and with great AF. So important factors here. And now another extraordinary important factor, it's regarding the JPEGs. Does it worth to pay for good JPEGs straight from the camera? I think yes. For family photography, definitely yes. Why? Because it will help you not lose time in post-processing. If you don't have time and you want to take pictures of your kids, of your wife, of your travels, you can use this camera. Use color chrome, use Provia or Astia or any color profile that you like, and you'll obtain extraordinary good results from this camera. You don't have to edit those files. The colors are great. The black and white files are really great. You can print them and you will obtain extraordinary good results straight from the camera, and this is huge. Yes, there are other cameras that are also having pleasing JPEGs, but X100V and Fujifilm are shining regarding the JPEGs, and you will not find this amazing sizzling of the JPEGs on another camera system. So yes, the JPEGs are really worth it. So in conclusion, is the price justified? Well, it really depends on you. If you want to look just at the APS-C sensor and at the APS-C quality, then you can say, no, I can find cheaper options. Yes, it's true. You can go for X100F or go for Lumix GX9, the budget X100V. Check my video regarding that here. So if you are planning to shoot just RAW and not use all the features, you can find cheaper options. But if you like to have all the features in one package, then yes, definitely yes. X100V is the perfect compromise between image quality, design, ergonomics, nostalgia, hipstery looking camera. I'm not a hipster. For me, this camera is ticking the nostalgia boxes. But again, I can understand that from some younger users, the hipster factor is here, and for others, the luxury factor is here. But in the end, again, it's all about photography. It's all about picking the camera and having the right tool with you at the right time. And I feel, yes, this camera, it is the best camera that it's out there, because again, it's the perfect compromise regarding image quality, design, ergonomics, portability. I have lots of cameras: Sony a7R III, Lumix GX9, Olympus, X Pro 3 film cameras. But if I will have to drop all the cameras and remain with just one camera, I feel X100V is ticking all the boxes regarding all the cameras, because again, this lens, it's an extraordinary lens that you can do all the photography that you need with this lens. What I really would want it to be on X100V, it is a little IBIS and fully weather sealed. These are the only things that are bothering me a little. But this is it, what we can do. But till Fujifilm will drop a new X106, that I will hope it will not be bigger and heavier than this camera, then we must stick with this camera. And yes, I think the price is right, brand new or on the used market. I've bought it brand new and I really don't regret it. I really don't regret it. I had X100, the first one, and X100F, and sold that cameras. And I was really sorry about selling them. And even if I know I can get with other cameras the same image quality and the same results, I don't know, it's something special about this camera. So trust me, buy it, don't sell it, keep it, because if you will sell it, you will buy it again. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe now to my channel, because I will post more content about photography gear, tips and tricks. Thank you for watching and talk to you soon. Bye bye.